Oh, yeah. That's the stuff right there, man. Hey, listen. Donald Trump has had several accomplishments, many of which were not highlighted by the mainstream media. They continue to ignore his accomplishments and divert attention away from it into this so-called Russian collusion or whatever it is, and all this investigative process that they just want to investigate every damn thing. You know, you've got these crazy Democrats like Susan Gillibrand up there, a Democrat from New York State, cussing Donald Trump, saying that if he doesn't want to legislate in any kind of way that helps the American people, that he can just fuck off. Well, guess what, Susan? You can fuck off, because Donald Trump has been legislating, moving things forward, decreasing the debt. We're going to highlight some of the stuff right here for you just to clear the air, since you Democrats, especially in the mainstream media, don't want to pay any attention to this stuff, and you just continue to say, well, he didn't get tax reform passed in the first 100 days. He didn't get health care passed in the first 100 days. Nanny boo-boo, nanny boo-boo. You know, that's about the stupidest argument you could ever have, because here's the thing. The reason why that stuff's not going through, it's a complicated process. The reason why he can't get it done, you've got Democrats standing in the way. So there you have it. Now let's just go ahead and go over some of these things. This is a small fraction of what Donald Trump has accomplished. I just want to cover a few things. The stock market, for instance. In the first 66 days of Donald Trump's presidency, the Dow Jones Industrial had the fastest 2,000 point run ever. The United States stock market in April had gained $2 trillion in wealth overall. The S&P broke the $20 trillion mark for the first time. On February 28th, Donald Trump matched Ronald Reagan's 1987 record of the Dow Jones Industrial having the most continuous days of high trading activity. Donald Trump has decreased the United States debt in the first 100 days by $100 billion compared to Obama's first 100 days of increasing the debt of $560 billion. The manufacturing index has soared to a 33-year high. That means people are working and building stuff, people. The housing market is very hot right now. Houses on average stay in the market for 45 to 46 days. Compared to 2011, a house was on average on the market for 80 something plus days. Illegal immigration is down by 67%. Catch and release is fixing to be a thing of the past. Border agents at the border have seen a very large decrease in illegals coming across at the Texas border. Illegals are self-deporting. And if you don't like that, here's a 20 centavos Mexican money. Call somebody who gives a crap. Donald Trump signed a mandate that says for every new regulation, we will eliminate 2 old regulations that are useless and wasteful. The Texas governor cuts funding to sanctuary cities following Donald Trump's initiative to cut funding to sanctuary cities. So, what does that mean? That means your sanctuary city money is going away, people. Donald Trump has rolled back hundreds of Obama-era manufacturing regulations. We exited the TPP agreement in the first 100 days. That would have been disastrous for this country had we not exited. Donald Trump signed 28 bills into law in his first 100 days. That is the most legislative accomplishments in the first 100 days since President Truman. Donald Trump is doing his work, man. He signed, one of the highlights of this is House Resolution 255. And I believe it might have been spurred by Ivanka Trump. It was a Promote Women into Entrepreneurship Act. All the women in America who seek to get into small business and start their own businesses should be happy about this. It is a pro-women act. Win-win for women. He named 2 VA clinics. He signed a bill to create a memorial for Desert Storm, Desert Shield combat veterans. He signed into law the Vietnam War Vets Recognition Act. Donald Trump has done more in the first 100 days than any president in American history. This man is moving forward, continuing to move forward. He met with the Japanese investor who has agreed to bring his high-tech technology manufacturing into this country. Some billions of dollars will be spent to build factories and create new jobs in this high-tech industry, moving America ahead in the high-tech industry manufacturing base, which is also a win-win for the millennial generation and the generation that follows. The prime lending rate for homes is at 3.3%, an all-time low. The unemployment rate is marked at 4.3%. Now, there's several things we could say about the unemployment rate and why it says that, and does it count people that have pulled themselves out of work. I've covered this before, but they're still saying it remains low at 4.3%. Now, with these Democrats like Susan Gillibrand and Nancy Pelosi and Pocahontas and Maxine Waters and Chuck Schumer and all these guys and Stilwell and all these guys and ladies who just continue to bash Donald Trump and look into this ghost of a accusation, into this crazy theory, crackpot theory of Russian inclusion or Russian collusion into the 2016 election that created a situation where Hillary Clinton lost. She even said it herself. I take full responsibility for my actions, but that's not the reason why I lost. The woman is batshit crazy. She lost because she's a failed candidate. It was not because of the Russians. You keep pointing fingers at the Russians and forget what the real issue is. The real issue is the Democrats are a failing party. The Democrats suck. The Democrats have turned against the American people since the beginning of time. I can make a special report that will list all the Democrats' failed policies, but yet people still continue to support the Democrat Party. The party, the very party that calls for your vote, then turns their back on you. So anyway, my name is Johnny Jetrod. That was just a very small fraction of what Donald Trump has accomplished, and it's already June. So we're going to continue to follow this story. We're going to continue to highlight his accomplishments because we're going to continue to move forward and make America great again. We're going to continue to put America first. We're going to continue to look out for the welfare of the American people, and we're going to continue to drive this train forward. The Trump train is moving full speed ahead. So my name is Johnny Jetrod, reporting for Populist News. I hope you enjoyed this report, become a supporter, and continue to move forward with me and the rest of the Americans in support of Donald Trump. Thank you, America.